Well, good morning, everybody. Grace and peace to you from our Lord Jesus Christ and all the saints here in sunny Central California. I'm back here in my garage, as you can see. I didn't really get a chance to do any videos this week from work. It's not that it was that busy. In fact, it was kind of slow. There really wasn't much going on. There really wasn't much to talk about. So I just never got around to it. Plus, it was my first week back on 5-day work weeks. For the past 6-8 months, I've been working on a 4-day work week, which is awesome. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Well, the COVID crisis is apparently over in my county, so they put us back to 5-day work weeks. It is what it is. So rather than talk about work, sorry if you're tuning in and you want to hear about network stuff, I'm going to talk about hobby stuff. A couple weeks ago, I in the video called, I bought a thing, or I went and did a thing, or something like that. I showed you that pink contraption that I bought, and I just thought that I would, maybe show you what happens when you buy something like that. So hang on, I am going to share my screen. Where are you? Here you are. And which one am I going to share? Which will it be? Which will it be? This guy. All right. I'm going to share that. There, you should be seeing that. And let's see what happened. And I'm going to turn the volume down because it's just super noisy. And wow, who's this ugly dude? Let's see, over here. I'm not sure which side I appear onto you, but let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. It's just as pink as you thought it was. Turn this down just a little bit more there so you can hear me and not just the engine. So this is what I bought it for. The place where I was renting airplanes, they stopped renting them. I really need something to fly still. So this is what I got. And to fly it, you get that parachute set up really nice back there, hit the throttle, pop it up off the ground, look up and make sure it's stable, and then away we go. Just like that. So yeah, that was this morning. Went out to this. When I talk about New Jerusalem, this is New Jerusalem. The airport's actually over there on my right. The runway is. I took off from the taxiway just because, I'm not in anybody's way over there. So anyway, this is what I bought it for. This is my new flying platform. I don't know how much I talked about it last time. It's called a powered parachute. So these two red lines, you can hardly, yeah, you can see that they're red. They go down to these bars that I got my feet on. That's how you steer it. You push on the bar with your foot. It pulls that red rope. The red rope goes up to the back of the parachute on both sides. And so depending on which bar you push on, it pulls down on that side of the parachute and makes the airplane turn that way. So this is what I'm doing. I took off and I'm going to circle back around and go buzz my buddies. Here, let's time warp a little bit. Let's go zoom and zoom and zoom and zoom. And oh man, look how fast this thing is. And I'm going to kind of buzz my buddies that are down there getting ready to fly. See if we can see them. Yep. Shoot them a gang sign. Wave to the other guys. So there's one of my buddies down there getting ready to fly his powered paraglider. And then these guys over here are going to be flying airplanes pretty much the same as what I'm flying right now. There's my truck. Network admin truck. So there we go. Yeah, I just got in this bad boy and flew around a little bit this morning. So that was fun. Let's see what else we got. I think I got some more video from that. Yeah, let's see what this is. Oh no, I'm flying sideways. I hope everything is okay. Turn it down, turn it down. There we go. So yeah, I just was but just film a little bit more, just flying around, just showing the beauty and the bounty of California's Central Valley. So right down below me, right there is corn. The actually in front of me is also corn. And then off to my right, just above the red rope there, is alfalfa. And all those trees you see planted in neat rows, disappearing into infinity out there, those are almond trees. A few walnuts, but mostly almond trees in this part of California. Everywhere you go, it's almond trees. They are everywhere. And these almond trees that are up there to the right, you can kind of see the runway up there in the distance. Those trees weren't there. That was all like corn and alfalfa, and I loved it because it was, you know, if you lost your engines, no big deal. You can land in corn, you can land on alfalfa and take off again. But trees, you land in the trees, you're not taking off again. So, anyway, I took that video just as kind of another viewpoint of just flying around. And here, the last video I will showcase is, I believe this is the land. I think I'd learned by now. This last video is actually the landing. So yeah, you can see all the young almond trees they planted down there. Interestingly enough, those buildings right there in the middle of the orchard, that's a natural gas well. So it pumps natural gas out of the ground. There's 3 of them here at the airport. I'd always wondered what they were, and I stopped a guy in a white truck that was going to visit them, and he told me that's what they were. So when I land pretty much like an airplane would. I fly the pattern. I'm on downwind. I'm going to turn base. I'm going to turn final, and then land on the runway. So this is what it's going to look like. Sorry, the camera's tilted at a funky angle. I didn't really notice that when I was filming. It's a little busy. So. And it's kind of interesting how they planted these trees. I don't remember them doing that. So apparently they planted some rows and then came back later and planted even more trees. And that's why you have that kind of a staggered effect. The taller ones are older, the smaller ones are a little younger. So here I am on base, getting ready to turn final. And now turning final. Gonna land on the taxiway, not the runway. Which really I should have just landed on the runway because the wind gets a little squirrely down here just before I touch down, and you'll kind of see me swing around a little bit. But yeah, I salvaged it. Probably should have gone around and tried it again, but I pulled it out, pulled it off and landed. There's the other guys getting set up over there, wherever they are. And gonna land next to my truck. Whoop, there's the wind blowing me around. And we saved the day anyway. So you just land, kill the engine, push the rudder bars all the way forward to make the parachute fall down behind you. And that's it. You're done. You're down. You're safe. I wouldn't want to fall on that pavement right there. You can see it looks like a cheese grater. Sure hate to fall on that. So, yep, there's my hand and my ugly mug. So that's the end of that video. So, anyway, like I said, I didn't know what else to talk about this week because really nothing went on at work. Next week might be a little more exciting. We'll see. Some of the things coming up we're doing at work. Installing rack mounting the new firewalls we bought. We're going to do, I don't think it's this next week, I think it's the following, so 2 weeks. We're going to do the final acceptance test of our new of our fabric network. We're going to do some core reboots, reboot all 4 cores, reboot our WAN switches, probably reboot the DR switches, and then there's 2 top of rack switches that I want to reboot, that a lot of things go into, a lot of our copper connections that are fairly crucial, like our remote sites and all that. They go into some copper switches. and we'll be rebooting those as part of that event. Nothing we really want to test, but just, you know, as long as we've got the maintenance window, we're going to reboot those. And that's because I updated the firmware. So we need to reboot the switches to complete the firmware update. So we'll do that as part of the final acceptance testing. And then Extreme Networks is going to deliver me like a document that says, if you want to add new switches, here's what you need to do. If you want to add routes, here's what you need to do. If you want to set up a new VRF, this is what you need to do. So we've watched them do it. So I could probably do it, but I would like documentation from them, mostly for training the next guy. I'm going to transition out of this job in about 5 years. So it'll be nice to have, you know, in case we can't find a extreme fabric expert to work at my county hospital, which is not likely we're going to find somebody. So we'll probably hire a Cisco guy, and we're going to want documentation to give him, because, you know, if he's a halfway decent network guy, that means two things. Number one, he's already better than me, and number two, as long as he has the commands in front of him, he can figure it out from there. You know, extreme fabric switches, VSP switches, using the VOS switch firmware operating system. It's very, very similar to Cisco commands. So most Cisco guys would get it in a heartbeat. It's my edge switches that use XOS that, you know, they would probably have to learn, but even then, you know, it wouldn't be that bad. So, but anyway, yeah, so I want to get all those commands set up and documented, and you know, just what's the procedure? Here's what you do to add a new switch, to add a new route, to add a new VRF, to whatever, you know, just so the next guy can figure it out. So now I'm repeating myself. So anyway, that's all I got for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching me go out and fly and tempt fate. So no, I really enjoy it. I like it because I can bring it home and set it in the garage there, and I don't have to pay for hangar fees. I don't have to, you know, pay insurance to keep it out at the airport. I just bring it home and slap it on the trailer and take it to wherever I want to fly it. So it suits my flying style now. So I'll miss flying the Cessna that I was, you know, updating you guys from, my airborne updates. So maybe next time we'll do my next airborne update will come on this. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll see how that goes. So as always, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button and the notification bell if you so desire. And oh, last thing, if you have any prayer requests, put them in the comments below, right down there. And I'll definitely pray for you. There's been a couple folks have done that already, and you know, I've prayed for them and their issues. And yeah, I'd be happy to do the same for anyone. So go out there, have a great week. And as always, live for God, and God bless. We'll catch you next time.